Hello guys and welcome to your channel. Our story for today will be special. You have to hear it to the end. Believe me, you will not regret it. And now, without wasting time, let's start the story. Detective Eliza Hart had investigated many cases, but the ones that lingered were always the quiet ones. The cases that whispered instead of screamed. It was 3:17 a.m. when the call came in. Unexplained noises reported from room 313 at the Holloway Psychiatric Facility. The call had come not from the hospital staff, but from a concerned family member of a former patient, someone who had never set foot inside the facility. The complaint was strange, and the police had forwarded it to Eliza for investigation. Room 313 had been empty for over 6 months. Its last patient, Miles Rennick, a schizophrenic with severe paranoia, had committed suicide there, or so the report had said. Eliza arrived at Holloway under rain and silence. The night nurse, trembling slightly, handed her the key to room 313. "We've checked 3 times," the nurse whispered. "There's no one inside, but the noise, it's always the same. A man talking to someone, or something." Room 313 was cold, windowless, and bare. A single bed, an iron chair, and a mirror bolted to the wall. Nothing more. Eliza stood in the center and listened. Silence. She sat in the chair and waited. Then, barely audible, a voice murmured from the corner of the room. Male, rambling, conversing. But the room was empty. She turned sharply toward the mirror. It was standard, reinforced, but oddly smudged in the shape of 2 fingerprints pressed side by side. Eliza touched the glass. Cold, dry. She leaned in. The voice returned. Louder now. Still disembodied. "You can't trust her. She's here for you. Watch her hands. Watch her hands." It wasn't a hallucination. It was a recording. Eliza scanned the mirror again and noticed a tiny perforation along the edge, a pinhole mic and speaker, expertly concealed. A false mirror. Behind it, a hidden compartment. Her pulse quickened. She called Maintena. Demanded access. They removed the mirror. Behind it, a narrow cavity. Enough space for a man to stand, watch, and speak. Inside, wires, speakers, a control panel, and a journal. She flipped it open. The handwriting was erratic, paranoid, repetitive. "They're watching through the mirror every night. They talk to me through the wall. They're not real, but they know my name. It's not schizophrenia. It's them." Eliza froze. It wasn't a patient's delusion. It was a test. The facility had been part of a covert psychological study. Room 313 was designed to mimic symptoms of schizophrenia through carefully controlled environmental manipulation, recorded voices, temperature shifts, and false mirrors. Miles Rennick had been a healthy volunteer, a psychology grad student. But the study was shut down before anyone learned he was never removed from the experiment. The staff claimed he had committed suicide, but Eliza uncovered the truth. He'd broken down inside the room, begged them to stop. When he became inconvenient, they let him die, then wrote it off as psychosis. Eliza filed her report. The room was sealed, the staff prosecuted. But sometimes, in the early hours of the morning, she remembered the voice in the room. "Watch her hands."